Let me ask you something. What if you could lose weight, feel lighter, and still enjoy the foods you love, all while spending less time thinking about dieting? Sounds pretty good, right? Well, that's exactly what I experienced over the last 3 months, thanks to a simple strategy called intermittent fasting. But let me be clear, this isn't some magical fat loss solution. While intermittent fasting can be effective, it's not necessarily the best approach for everyone. In fact, counting calories and weighing your food would still typically yield even better results. So, if you're still here looking for the easiest way to stick to a calorie deficit, you're in the right place, but don't expect miracles. Intermittent fasting isn't about what you eat, but rather when you eat. The most popular version is the 16-18 protocol, fasting for 16 hours, then eating within an 8-hour window. For me, this meant skipping breakfast, starting my first meal around noon, and finishing dinner by 8 p.m. This sounds a bit intimidating at first, but once you get into the rhythm, it becomes surprisingly easy. Let's be real. Fasting isn't some magic switch that makes your body burn more fat. The fat loss occurs because you're eating in a calorie deficit, eating fewer calories than your body burns. Studies, including a 2020 systematic review of 40 studies, have shown that when calories are matched, intermittent fasting does not result in significantly more fat loss compared to traditional dieting. The real advantage of fasting is that it makes sticking to your calorie deficit easier by suppressing your appetite. Here's how. When you fast, your body produces more norepinephrine, a hormone that suppresses hunger and breaks down fat loss for energy. You're not burning more fat because you're fasting. You're burning more fat because you're eating fewer calories overall. But how does this translate to eating bigger meals and feeling full while still losing fat? Let's talk about that. The main benefit of intermittent fasting is that it reduces your time you have to eat, which naturally helps cut down on overall calorie intake. If you're someone who tends to snack late night or struggles with portion control, having a limited eating window can be a game changer. A 2019 review of Obesity Reviews found that people using intermittent fasting naturally reduces their daily calorie intake by 20 to 30%, even when they weren't actively trying to cut calories. The shorter eating window makes it harder to overeat, especially if you focus on balanced, satisfying meals during your feeding period. For me, this meant I could have more substantial meals and still stay within my calorie limit. I felt more sustainable than constantly counting calories and measuring food. But remember, intermittent fasting is not a magic bullet. The calorie deficit is still key to a fat loss. And if you overeat during your feeding window, you won't see results. To make sure intermittent fasting is working for you, weigh yourself daily and track your progress week by week. Look for trends, not daily fluctuations, as your weight can vary based on water retention, sodium intake, and other different factors. Pay attention to how you look in the mirror, how your clothes fit, and how you feel overall. These are important markers alongside the scale. And if you're ready to take things to the next level, check out my free 90-day workout plan designed for gym training. It's all about helping you achieve your dream physique within 3 months. If you want this workout plan, click the link in the description below. Now, let's talk about what you should actually be eating during your fasting window to get the best results. While intermittent fasting can help you manage when you eat, what you eat still plays a major role in your results. Focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods like lean proteins, vegetables, fruits, and whole grains. These foods not only help you feel fuller longer, but also improve the quality of your diet. Whole foods are more filling and nutrient dense than processed foods, which helps you stay in a calorie deficit without feeling hungry all the time. A 2016 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that diets high in whole foods led to better satiety and weight loss compared to diets rich in processed foods. This makes it easier to control your intake and stay on track. When I focused on whole foods during my feeding window, I noticed that I was eating less overall, not because I was forcing myself, but because I genuinely felt satisfied. It was a big mental shift, feeling like I was choosing to eat better rather than being forced to restrict. Does this mean you need to be perfect where you're eating? Not at all. But aiming for 80% of whole foods will make a big difference in how you feel and how your body responds. Let's move on to how you can ease this into your lifestyle. Starting intermittent fasting can be a bit daunting, especially if you're used to regular meal patterns, but you don't have to go straight into a 16-hour fast. Here's how to make the transition even easier. Begin with a 12-hour fasting window, example, 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., and then gradually increase to 14 or 16 hours as you get comfortable. Stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water, black coffee, or green tea during the fasting window. Staying hydrated helps you reduce hunger and keeps you feeling energized. When you do break your fast, aim for a balanced meal with protein, healthy fats, and fiber. This will help stabilize your blood sugar and keep you full for longer. Don't stress if you had to break your fast early one day or extend it to another day. Consistency is more important than strict adherence. A 2020 review in Nutrients found that gradually easing into fasting is more sustainable and helps reduce the mental stress of a sudden change. It's all about finding what works for you and sticking to it. Now, let's talk about why this approach can be a good fit for those who aren't into strict diets or meticulous tracking. If you're someone who doesn't like constant planning, prepping, or tracking, intermittent fasting can be a great fit. It's simple, flexible, but doesn't require counting every single calorie. But remember, it's not the most precise method. So if you're after optimal results, traditional calorie counting may be better. A 2021 study in Frontiers in Nutrition showed that intermittent fasting led to similar weight loss results as traditional dieting, but with higher adherence rates. This meant people found it easier to stick to. The biggest advantage is that it simplifies your day, leaving more mental spaces for other things, work, hobbies, or just even relaxing. But I have to emphasize, the most important factor is still the calorie deficit. If you're eating more than you burn, even intermittent fasting won't help. That's why tracking your progress through daily weigh-ins and monitoring how you look in the mirror is crucial. So, if you're looking for a strategy that makes dieting feel less like a burden, intermittent fasting could be worth a try. But let me share my personal results to give you a better picture. When I started intermittent fasting, I wasn't sure it could work. I thought I'd be hungry all the time, but surprisingly, I wasn't. And because of it, I lost 10 pounds in 3 months. But more importantly, I felt more in control of my eating habits. Before fasting, I was always worrying about food, what to eat, how much to eat, and whether it was okay to eat. But with intermittent fasting, I felt less obsessed with food and more focused on enjoying my meals. This isn't just about losing physical weight, it's about losing mental weight too. Research from a 2019 study in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health supports this too, showing that intermittent fasting can improve mental clarity and reduce anxiety around eating. It's not a perfect approach, but it's a suitable one that can help you build a healthier relationship with food. Ready to try it? Remember, you've got nothing to lose, but maybe a few pounds and a lot of diet stress. If you're interested in trying intermittent fasting, don't forget to grab my free 90-day gym-based workout plan, link in the description below. It's designed to help you achieve your dream physique in just 3 months and pairs perfectly with fasting. And before you go, here's a twist. Did you know that eating candy after a workout can actually aid in recovery? I know it sounds a little strange, but there's real science behind it. Check out my video, The Surprising Benefits of Eating Candy After a Workout, to learn more. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Let's keep crushing those fitness goals together. See you in the next one.